let's make a drink. Get your new favorite glass, put a little bit of vanilla Coke Zero in it with your favorite ice cubes in there. It's all good. Deliciousness ready to go. Let's set the lid aside. Now, I did a pre-pour because I'm sort of smart like that, only occasionally. Cherry or sugar-free black cherry syrup. It's good stuff. 4 squirts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. Use your handy dandy straw that you've got attached to give that a stir. Fight the ice cubes because they're all in one giant blob because ice cubes. Alright. Put your lid on. Deliciousness. That, my friends, is a winning combination. Cherry Coke Zero, not Cherry Coke Zero, vanilla Coke Zero, black cherry, sugar-free syrup. That's good stuff. Almost as good as blackberry regular Diet Coke, but good. Love it. See ya. Howdy folks, how is everybody today? It is a really nice Monday here where I am. We've got a little bit of a high pressure, so we're not going to get any rain for about 4 or 5 days. I am contemplating taking my car to the car wash and getting it all washed off because it's been 2 or 3 years since I've actually run her through an official car wash. Most of the time I just let her get rained on, but the other day I was out and it was just, you know, at the point where it just starts barely raining, you know, it's just sort of spitting, just, you know, a little bit of rain but hardly any rain at all. And then on my way home I drove past a construction site and of course a big gust of wind came up, and so one side of my car is completely covered in dust and dirt. The other side's still dirty, but the one side is really bad looking, so I should do that. I haven't yet gotten around to it because I'm a hermit and I'd rather not. So anyway, enough rambling there. Let's start off with what you guys have all come to see, which is the progress report. Truthfully, you guys, it has been a little bit stitchophrenic here the past, I guess it's been a week and a half since I filmed. You know, I usually only work on like 2, 3 things. Crazy may have happened. So, let's start with the usual suspects. Chugging right along on Oh Holy Night Nativity by Stony Creek. I saw a picture in, oh, I didn't unpin this. Let me unpin this really quick for you guys so I can unroll it just a little bit so I don't, I use bobby pins to roll things up a little bit, well, to hold the rolls properly. Anyway, so here we go. So here is what I have been working on Oh Holy Night, and basically, oh, we'll draw a line about here. All of this wonderful stuff in here has been what I've working on. And I saw, let's see, Kelly Bell Stitches has started working on hers. She's started in the middle, which is over here. You'll see my back, the back of Mary. But she started over there in the Mary sleeve, which is exactly where I started because I started in the middle as well. And then I saw a photo on Stitch Mania that somebody else is working on stitching this. And they've got they've got this shepherd done and then this shepherd over here all done, plus the back stitching. And it really looks amazing. So I'm really looking forward to getting in and getting a little more work done on that. But there's about, oh, I don't know, I've got 1 more flesh color for his hands and his face, and then 3 or 4 different colors for the staff that comes up here and his beard, and then I think the sheep has about 5 or 6 colors in him. So that is where I am with my Oh Holy Night Nativity. Love this project. Let's put it in a bag so El Gato does not get all of her hair all over it, because that's what she does. So let's put that right there. All right, project number dos is the Spirit of Christmas mystery sampler from Lizzie Kate, and that is my at-work project. And last week was a little bit busier at work than... I forgot to go get something, you guys. Okay, hang on. I'll edit. Anyway, so I've been working on this at work, and I didn't get a whole ton done in the week. Just, you know, the house and the tree. I guess I filled in all of, I think, the border below about here, and then like 3 repeats of that border. So that's what we've got done. It's super cute. I don't know if you're following along, but there's a T right in this area that begins a sentence, and it is a lowercase t. And it is driving me crazy. And it is driving a lot of other people crazy. So I think I might wait until the very, very end before I stitch that T in. And I think I've thought of a good way to make it a capital T. We'll see. I'd love to be able to do, you know, something like this in the white box, all nice and framed, but there simply isn't enough room to do that. So, we'll see. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. So there is the at-work project. I didn't bring home its project bag, so it needs to sit, it'll sit right over here and be safe, away from the cut hairs. Next up, the girls came over, when was it? Last week, last Thursday, for Crafty Stitchy Night. A couple of my friends from high school, one is a fellow stitcher, you guys see her on Stitch Mania, and the other is a scrapbooker, and so we just have Crafty Stitchy Night where we just come over and have some dessert and drink some sodas and, you know, talk and chat. They like coming to my house because it is a kid-free zone. They don't have to babysit their kids. Anyway, so I sat down and worked on, let's see, how is this going to work? I worked on my Celtic Noel, and honestly, on the days that they were here, I just kind of put in a little bit of gold up in here, just, you know, in here. And then since it was International Hermit and Stitch Weekend this past weekend, I need to be much better about telling you guys, hey, it's coming up, than I am. I sat and I really did all of this, all of her tail. This is as far out and as far down as the red comes. It'll come out about 4 to 5 more stitches where the gold ruffle is, but that's pretty much the lower corner for this pattern. She's just coming along so very nicely. I like her a lot. I've got maybe, there's this red that I'm currently working with, and then maybe one more red, and then a lot of gold that I'll kind of fill in over here before moving on to, say, like the next chunk over there. But I don't have any super solid plans as to when exactly I want to work on her next. So it's kind of up in the air. Let's put her right there safely against the wall. So that was sort of plan stitching, and the rest of it just kind of comes along in the stitchophrenia that we went through, where it was like, oh, let's stitch on this, oh, let's stitch on that, oh, anyway. So I put a couple more stitches into Hollyhocks, this cute little thing. Oh, and I've rolled everything up so you can't really see, well, you can see where my needle is, and I've got my threads and all that. We're gonna, okay. So I did a bunch of these Rhodes stitches. They were like over here, so I brought them all the way across the partial Rhodes. I finished up part of the saying over here, and then I made sure that my this stalk for the hollyhocks was in the right place, and started to work on that. So I worked on that a little bit. Because it was kind of a back and forth, because I would work on the Oh Oh Holy Night for a little bit, and then I'd work on Hollyhocks. And then I'd think, oh, I need to really stick with Oh Holy Night. So I'd switch back and do a little bit more of that. And then I got distracted and would go stitch on another thing. And then it's a thing, you guys. It's a thing. Okay, so there is Hollyhocks all ready to go. We've got a football game on Saturday, so that will go with me to the ticket booth, and I will sit there and stitch on that for like 4 hours while I'm getting paid overtime to make sure that the printers don't fail. I've been doing this for 3 years, and one printer has failed once, and I fixed it, and so that's kind of why they pay me to sit there. All right, now then last night, Sunday night, I thought, oh, I haven't stitched on We Seek After These Things for quite a while now. So let's get that out, and let's put some good time into that one this evening, because I was kind of tired of working on Oh Holy Night, but not really tired. You know, kind of tired, but not really tired. Like you just wanted a little bit of a palette cleanser or so. Anyway, you haven't seen this for a while, but what I stitched on this one, because I was We Seek. That's it, you guys. I put in 2 backstitch words. We seek. Yep. Yep. End of story. Okay, let's tuck this into its project bag. What are you doing, cat? Sorry. Okay. So that got stitched on. A little, I don't know if it counts or not, you guys, because We Seek. 6 little letters. That's it. Anyway, I'm gonna pause here, go into the ironing board room and get the one other thing that I need to show you. So just hold still. Alright, a couple more things. These are finishes. If you had been paying attention in Stitch Mania, you would have seen that I finished Pansy Pixie by Nora Corbett. And I got all of her beads on. Look at all those beads. Don't look too closely. I need to get in there with the tweezers and get everybody standing up straight and going the right direction. Anyway, I got her all nice and finished. Pressed out and looking good. Now that I have shown her to you guys, I can go pin her to the wall in my bedroom so I can see her. So that's what I have planned for her. Move things around. So I'm very, very pleased with how she turned out. She turned out just beautifully. I used all the called for threads and the beads and everything else. Didn't make any substitutions or any of that. And I did it on 32 count linen, which is Fabrics by LJ. I think it was Spring Mist was what he called it. Most of his stuff is single dyed. He has some that he uses the same color, so they're usually the same name, but they don't always come out exactly the same. I have another piece of fabric this size, same color. Well, it came on a bigger thing and I cut it in half and put Pansy on one half. So trying to decide what I want to have go on the other half of the same fabric. We'll see. We will see. I have almost all of the Pansy, or all of the Pixie Couture little fairies. So there is that. Now, one last thing that we had finished is my Heirloom Nativity Sampler, which is by the Victoria Sampler. I got this puppy framed. So there's the top. You probably won't get to see it very close because the desk is in the way and it's very long and very tall. So there's the top, there's the middle. You can bring it in a little bit closer. You can see, I'm going to set it on the desk as close as I can. So I did a fillet, oops, there we are, with the little beads that I liked. and it's a sort of a white, off-white matte. It's all being washed out a little bit from what I can see, with the linen texture on it. And then a frame that is the same color as the fillet, and as you can see it has the same little bead detail on it. And I think she's just absolutely gorgeous. Really, really pretty. Here we go. Up, up, up. And the hardanger part. My best friend who's a stitcher also, she did the hardanger for me. We took a hardanger class from Heinzelman's, which is a needlework shop, knitting shop here in Provo. They had a hardanger class, and we took the class, and she really fell in love with it, and I was like, yeah, this is okay. So it was a combination of I talked her into, she volunteered to do the hardanger for me. When I brought this home and I had it on the wall, she was over admiring it, and she said, wow, whoever did that hardanger did a really great job. And I'm like, yes, yes they did. They did an amazing job. She said, how did it go? I said, oh, something like I need to stitch another Victoria sampler something or another so that that person can do some more hardanger because she really likes it. And she said, yes, yes you do. So I think I need to choose another project with hardanger for my best friend so she can do a little hardanger again. She made a gorgeous angel, a purple angel with hardanger bits. I don't know if she got it finished. Liesel, take a picture of your angel that you did with the hardanger bits and put it on Stitch Mania, and then everybody will believe that we actually know each other. Alright, so that is that for the stitching, all the stitching and the finishes and the stuff. Oh, the framers that I go to, they're quite hilarious. I took the piece in to be framed on a Wednesday, and they said, okay, well, we're really busy, so it's going to take us like a week and a half, maybe a little bit more to get it back to you. And I'm thinking that's super fast compared to most of the places that I go to, that I've been to, that do framing. And sure enough, took it in on Wednesday, so like the following Friday. Not the 2-day Friday afterwards, but you know, the Friday a little bit later. Anyway, it was done. They called, they texted. I said, here's my cell phone number. I don't get phone calls in the bottom where my office is, so text works. So they texted me. I picked her up. She's beautiful. I love it. I love it a lot. So there. So there's that. All right. Let's move on to the next oh my goodness, section. Next section of the program, which we all know is Stashquisitions. And there are a lot of them, people, because I fell off the stupid train. We were going along, we were doing okay, and we fell into crazy pants. Crazy, crazy, crazy pants. Anyway, yeah, so let's do, I filmed it all in little bits and snips as stuff came in the mail, and I have even more mail to open for you today, which is why I think it's probably going to be a little bit longer of a video. So let's look at the first clip. Mail call! It's a bright day outside, guys. Really quite beautiful. Deceptively sunny, which means it looks warmer than it is, but it's not nearly as warm as one thinks that it should be. Anyway, the mail has come. I have opened all the wonderful things, and let's see how much trouble I got up to this past week, right? Okay, first off, not stitching, but I alluded to it in my last thing that I had ordered a beautiful stained glass pansy sun thingy charmer. Oh, what are these called? Anyway, sun catcher. English, my first language. Okay, anyway, so it arrived super quick, super fast. I absolutely love this. I'm going to go find a place to hang this up. But not with the suction cup, because I really don't want this to fall down and have crash glass all over my floors. That's not really what we want to do. So please just punch with that. I love pansy things, as you guys know, and I just buy all the pansy things, as you guys know. Anyway, I Went over to Jen Stitch Knitch over on Etsy. She does cute videos here, and I'm sure you all watch her because she's absolutely adorable. And I was looking for something else she didn't have. I can't even remember what it was that I was looking for that she didn't have, but that's okay. You know, happiness, little accidents happen. So, you know me and the Lizzie Kates. I ended up buying a lot of Lizzie Kates. I had a lot more in my basket, but then I talked myself off the cliff. I'm like, yeah, just relax, back away a little bit. You'll be all right. So I got the Hats Off to Halloween #2. I have the original in my collection. So there is that really cute pattern. I picked up the Busy Bee with the string, the little square thing, little round thing. Absolutely adorable. Cuter than cute. And then I picked up, what is this? A perfectly kept house is a sign of a misspent life. My life is not in any way, shape, or form misspent, you guys. It is not misspent at all. So, got 3 Lizzie Kates. Really pleased about those. I want to start them all. I want to start them all right now, but I need to be reasonable. I need to be reasonable and get through some of what I have. We all say this, right? This is up next, even though it may not be up next, but, you know, whatever. Okay, next. I needed part 2 from the Lizzie Kate Christmas Spirit Mystery Stitch Along, and so I ordered that from those nice people, 123 Stitch, and since one pattern cannot travel alone, I went crazy and ordered like 100 bajillion patterns, so nobody had to travel alone. It was a party in an envelope, fun stuff. I've already pulled the Spirit of Christmas pattern #2. It looks like the front of #1, which is just the mystery thing, and I've put it over in the project bag that it's at work. So what I bought it for isn't even home to show you, so you guys just, you know, use your imagination. I did pick up another Lizzie Kate, Wise Men Still Seek Him. This was released last year. Adorable. We know me and the Lizzie Kates. Dog Pile. I love me some Fidos. I've just been looking at this one since like forever and a day. It's been on my wish list for a little while. So into the basket it went. The last of the hands-on design chalk ornaments from last year? Year before last? Last year. So now I have #1, 2, and 3. So at the drop of the hat I can stitch them all up. I picked up a couple of the newer pixie patterns from Nora Corbett. So I decided to go with Anemone. She's beautiful. And Foxglove, whom I really, that's just a fantastic dress, absolutely stunning. I love that very, very much. But of course in my mind I'm trying to figure out, can I make that dress shades of lavender? Maybe, maybe not. Quaker, Snowy Christmas Quaker style from RATM. This has been on my wish list for a very, very, very long time, so I bought it, and I did not realize that it was 225 wide by 120 high, so it is no small pattern, which is probably right up my alley because I do like them large. And then, last of all, an RTO kit with pansies. I can't tell you guys how hard it has been to not tear straight into this one and start it right now. Right now. Okay, well, right when it arrived in the mailbox. So cute! So cute. Anyway, it's a newer RTO release. It was on their, oh, you know, new stuff on the 123 Stitch website where you can go look at new stuff. So that is the haul, the mail call for right now. I don't know if there's anything else in the mail, but I really wanted to just record the snippet so I could inventory everything, put everything away, and then I'm going to go find a nice place for my pansy sun catcher to hang. See you guys later. Yeah, remember this? Remember how I said I wasn't going to start it? Remember how I said I have too many things going on and I wasn't going to start it? Remember that? Remember? That's 400 stitches, guys, of white on white with a little bit of yellow thrown in. And I want you to know, frogging white over white is not fun at all. Because after I put in my 400 stitches there of white on white, I was starting with some of the yellow and I realized that I had left off an entire line, an entire row. So that necessitated about 200 stitches of white on white being frogged out so I could find the spot where it was needed to be corrected, and then the white went back in and the yellow went in, and so I'm not starting anything else. Hi guys, more mail. Look, I got a new top. I like it. I like it a lot. Here, we'll stand up. Look at that wild print. Woo! It's all purple. The bad news, I went over to Crate and Barrel. Oh, not Crate and Barrel. Oh, what is the name of the store? Christopher and Banks. I call Christopher and Banks Crate and Barrel, and I can't even begin to explain why other than it got mixed up in my head a long time ago. Anyway, so I went over to Christopher and Banks, bought me a new shirt. Their color of the season is purple that I really, really like, and I bought a lot of purple because my sister wasn't there to say, stop, stop, other colors, other colors. But anyway, now that we've gone off track, mail day. Well, it's been mail day for like the past 3 days because I went crazy and just bought everything in sight, which has really, really got to stop because, yeah. Anyway, so let's do stitchy things first. So the color of the month from Under the Sea Fabrics, fabric of the month I guess, and color of the month came in, and it is Sage. Sage Brush. And so it is this lovely sort of gray, green, really quite nicely modeled. You guys will forgive me for not taking it out of the bag because my desk is covered with everything, so I need to set it on the floor right there, but still in the bag so El Gato won't get all of her fur on it. She's over here playing in the pile of cat toys, which I haven't cleaned up from last week. Oh well. Next up in the mail, this cute little RTO counted cross stitch kit. This one I picked up off of Stash Unload, and it came really, really quickly. So I'm pleased to have that and add it into my stash. That's going to be a little bit of fun. Let's go for some non-stitching stash. Yo-yos. I've decided I wanted to make me some yo-yos to adorn bags. I don't know why, because I haven't been making bags, because I haven't had a lot of time to make bags, because I've been focusing everything on the nativity that's sitting right here. That'll probably work on a little bit in a little while. Anyway, so I got me a couple of yo-yo templates. I know you don't need the yo-yo template. I know you can just do it all by your lonesome and it'll turn out fine, but the template. I need somebody to hold my hand sometimes when I do the stitch sewing. Alright, then I've just gone crazy. Well, I've gone crazy buying pansy things, but let's open up this little thing from Savannah Morse. She has a Flosstube video. I'll link it down below. She also has a cute little shop called Sew Livy Creations. Really cute. I bought last summer. What did I buy? No, this summer, which could be last summer. We'll call it the other day. She had like the cutest little chalkboard, you know, with first day of, last day of. So I bought that and gave that to my sister-in-law who's the mama of the nieces. She absolutely loved it. Those nieces, they're just precious. I opened up the, I slipped the box open with my scissors before I started recording. So I don't think I ordered anything from Savannah. Let's see, what has she sent? She has sent a darling, it's a mug. Oh, you guys, this is wonderful. Let's see. Look, okay. See, it's kind of a pansy pattern. She has put my name on it. Cute, adorable pansies. I mean, she does this. This is wonderful stuff. It feels like, I think it's vinyl. Ah! I love that. And it doesn't buckle or pucker because it's not perfectly, you know, straight, and so sometimes anyway. Cute, cute. I'll link her thingy in the bottom, and I'll read her card in a minute. So that's pleased as punch with this one. Maybe she thought I needed another glass for Let's Make a Drink. Maybe we need to make a drink. Let's make a drink in a minute. All right. Let's see. That's all bags. That's nothing. Well, we'll put it on the floor, but keep an eye on the cat so she doesn't get herself in trouble. Okay, so I've been on a Let's Buy All the Things. So I wandered by Garden Blooms again, and she does these lovely cards. They're watercolors, but they're card size. And picked up this little pansy, and he will match perfectly with another pansy that I have. I'll put this guy in a little, these are about 5x7 frame, fits perfectly. She's in this cute little bird in a nest as a freebie. So I really love her cards. They're just wonderful. And this, I don't know what this is. Well, I sort of know because I slipped open the bag. There you go, cat toy. Ah, this is, okay. So, beautifully wrapped. So this came from watching Our Island Crafts. I think of it as like Rhode Island, even though I think her name is Robin. And she does a lot more sewing things than stitching, but she does stitch a little bit if you watch her channel. And so she showed off a whole bunch of, she just called them table topplers. So they're really small, small quilts that you just, you know, put on your table and stuff. And so I'm really thinking about maybe I need to learn how to do more than just bags. Anyway. So I saw her thing, I played around with some of my strips, then I went to Etsy, and I found, are we surprised? No, not really. Pansies. So this is just a little tablecloth, table topper, probably going to be adopted by my stupid cat, not princess, adopted by the cat as her own personal bed, so that's really pretty. Pleased with that. I have some of that fabric. I have the light blue fabric there that I made a whole bunch of things out of. No, the cat, that box is too small for you, and it still has the cup in it. Let's make a drink. Get your new favorite cup, fill it with some Sprite. I read, here's the cover to Savannah's little card. She says she noticed that my old cup was losing its paint in the dishwasher. This is very true. She made me a new cup. I love it. Anyway, cup, ice, Sprite. I decided to do the Sprite pour off camera. Get out your peach syrup. This is kind of a different one. 3 squirts of peach. 1, 2, 3. All right, now while it's down, I'm gonna turn and lock the pump so that the syrup inside doesn't. It's a precise operation, my friends. Precise operation. Anyway, so the syrup doesn't get all over the place or dry up or solidify in the thing. 1 squirt. Oh, the coconut. I need to do this up here. 1 squirt. Oh, the coconut. Once again. Let's get this here close. Usually you tighten the pumps down in a much different way, but this is easier for you guys to kind of see the squirts. All right, 1 squirt of coconut. Put your thingy with the straw on it. Give that sucker, stab that thing. Stir it up a little bit. We can even tighten down the lid. Alright, so we got coconut, we got peach. That is some good stuff. Cheers, everybody. Hey guys, what's up? It's another mail call day. Plus, it's Saturday, and Lisa and I went up to Shepherd's Bush because that was a lot of trouble waiting to happen. Why stay at home and save money when you can go to Shepherd's Bush and spend all the dollars? A couple of notes before we get on to it, because there's a whole pile. And I know I haven't shown it to you yet, but I will have shown it to you already by the time you get to this bit. Show you the framing I had done for the Heirloom Nativity Sampler. I also took in this cute watercolor that I bought off of Etsy a while ago and had it framed as well. And I think it turned out just really quite well with the sort of light purple metallic-y frame. Really, really quite beautiful. And because I'm thinking about it, and because I know you guys will ask, right here, this way, right here, this is who they are, this is where they're at, that's how you can get a hold of them. Super nice people. They're really lovely. I have to explain the art glass is, since this was just a simple thing, I probably didn't pay all that much for. Trying to think how much I paid, and it's not coming to me, 35, 40 bucks, something like that. Anyway, and I was having it framed up at the same time I was getting the Heirloom Nativity Sampler framed up, and so they were asking about what I wanted as far as conservation stuff goes. And I was like, nah, this is just a little thing that I bought for fun. It doesn't need to last for 100,000 years. So I did not order it with the art glass, the really nice non-reflective, right? Non-reflective glass. Check that out, my friends. Anyway, and so when I went to pick it up, the gal said that they were working on another project with the non-reflective glass, and they just happened to have a piece that fit my size that was left over from the other project, so they swapped it in. I paid the price for the regular glass, got art glass. So that was really quite lovely. Let's do mail call with things that are not stitching, because apparently I have decided that I can sew all the things, even though we know that I cannot sew any of the things. So on Etsy I saw this super cute pattern for like a haunted house hanging based on the Dresden plate. You can see Dresden neighborhood quilt pattern. Anyway, it was super, super cute, and so I am fearless in my head, and I figure I can do everything, and so that I try to do everything that absolutely interests me. So there you go. You'll notice that we've got a different sewing machine back here. This is a Bernina 910 that I have borrowed from my best friend because you can drop the feed dogs on it, and it does zigzags, which my poor 830 was having a hard time doing. So I should take the 830 in and have it tuned up, but I haven't done it yet. And so my best friend said, do you want to borrow my 910? I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? So anyway, we're going to pretend that we might sew someday, when in fact we know that we're going to be very, very busy for the next 3 months with the theater stuff. Yikes. Okay, anyway, so the next wonderful thing that arrived in the mail was this pansy wall hanging pattern that I also saw on Etsy, because I've been trolling Etsy and who knows why. So this is fabric art. It's all surface embroidery, not surface, like applique, surface applique. They use iron-on fusible something or another. So you cut out the pieces, you fuse them down to each other, and you go around the edges doing a fancy stitch, or a zigzag with an invisible thread, you know, whatever. It's machine applique. And then, super cute, super adorable. I saw this pattern, also sort of, it's purple happy flowers reminiscent of pansies. I think they called it, yeah, the patchwork pansy table runner. Really cute. Really adorable, because I keep saying really cute, really adorable, because apparently that's all the adjectives that I have in my vocabulary at this point in time. So there you have that. Alright, so that's the non-stitching stuff, and it just dawns on me that I bought some fabric with this, and it did come in the mail. And I put it away before I showed you, but I'm not going to get up and walk over there and dig it out of the drawer and show it to you. Actually, I could, because we can just, you know, cut it here and start up here. So I ordered a couple of, they are 2 of these. So the 5-inch blocks with the, how are we going to do this? Because they like to stick to each other and you don't really get a good, anyway, so like that. 2 5-inch squares of these to do like a, not a wall hanging, like a lap quilt. But I really love, oh you guys, really love this black with the pansies. If you guys see any of that, you let me know and I will, you know, hunt it down. I need like half a yard. Minimum yard would probably be the best, but it's a lovely is the line by Debbie Reeves. It's an RJR fabric. I've looked on Etsy, I haven't seen it. I don't think it's a recent thing, which is why I haven't been able to find any of that wonderful black pansy fabric. So there we go. That's everything non-stitchy related. So anyway, so back to the stitchy related stuff. The Just Cross Stitch magazine came in the mail today, Saturday, and so I haven't really looked through it at all except for just, you know, cursory glance right there. I know Danielle Stitcherista did a flip through of that one, so you can hop on over to her channel and check that out. Now, the fun stuff, because I said I'd been to the Shepherd's Bush, and you guys love the Shepherd's Bush. There were a lot of people in the shop today. I had thought about doing YouTube Live and just showing you around the shop, and here's the Christmas corner, and here's everything out on display for Halloween, and here's, you know, just showing you everything. But yeah, like I said, there was a lot of people in the shop, and I don't know what to say. You know, I would feel awkward going around, you know, talking to you guys, you know, through the phone, you know, showing, oh, here's this and whatever. They're super nice. I love them a lot. Great ladies. Love that shop. Love that shop so much. So anyway, here is the pile of stuff. So, well, we'll start out with this. I picked up this Busy Bee bag and kit. Has all the floss, all the flowers, all the floss, all the beads in it, a needle, the bag. It's just wonderful. I stitched one of these earlier that has, what did it have? Oh, it was a Forget-Me-Nots, and I've bought like a spooky stitching one, and they're super fun. They're super quick. I've done all that stitching, you know, in a day. Love these. Love these. They're perfect for putting a couple flosses in, your embroidery scissors, absolutely adorable. Yeah, so, and then I picked up this little Bent Creek kit with the little wrapped up sheepy. He says cheer, and it's a kit, so you've got your flosses and your fabric all in there. Super cute, absolutely adorable. I don't know why he speaks to me, because he's not my usual mode of operations, you know, MO. Just spoke to me. He is cute. So there's Mr. Sheepy Sheepy. Next up, uh-oh, I dropped something. Something's gone missing, my friends. There it is. Something, okay. Lizzie Kate, because you all know how I do with the Lizzie Kates. So I picked up the latest Celebrate Flip It, which says Mary on it. Mary, Mary. I like that a lot. And then there is the, Lizzie Kate's Dear Santa with the buttons. I just really, Dear Santa, I've been good all year. Okay, maybe mostly. Most of the time. Once in a while. Forget it. I'm buying my own presents. And then with the naughty, these fingers are covering it, but right there, the naughty nice, never mind. I tried. Anyway, love that, super cute. I really want to stitch it. I've actually seen some people on the Lizzie Kate, I Love Stitching Lizzie Kate Facebook group. It's done. It hasn't been out for very long, but it's done. So I envy those people who are really focused with their stitching. They buy it, it's stitched, it's done. They probably don't hoard like I do, because all that back there. all that is a hoard. Alright, next thing I picked up is also from Bent Creek. I think it's been on kind of a Bent Creek thing here. Thankful Quaker, Come Ye Thankful People Come, which is part of a hymn that we sing in church around Thanksgiving time, so I really enjoyed that. I like the colors that they've done. There's buttons included, and I don't remember seeing the model, but Shepherd's Bush included their conversion for it. So I'll have to pull out both of the colors and see which color set I like better. So that is very beautiful. Next up, because I've been kind of on an Americana patriotic bent recently, back in their corner of all things America was this cute little, is it Sam Sarah? Yep, Sam Sarah Design Studios America. So in this pattern it has directions for doing the like a wool applique felt one or the cross stitch one over here on this side. And Shepherd's Bush had stitched this up, so it was really huge as a really large pillow. They must have done it over two on like an 18 count linen. Super cute. They used more darker vintage colors and have included their conversion list in here. I'll probably at least pull these and take a look at what they are, and in comparison with the colors that are suggested. Looks like everything's called for as a Caron Collection watercolor, and these are all Weeks Dye Works. So anyway, I thought super cute. This one over here, cute. Next up, this was one of the impulse purchases of the day. It's the Glendon Place boughs all around. Look at those wonderful Christmas trees and all sorts of styles and all sorts of, nice holiday colors. So pretty. I really like the one they released last year, which was Flowers of the Holy Night. That's on my wish list. I really should buy that as well. Anyway, it's beautiful. I love it. I wish I had 18 of me and 6 arms each so I could stitch on all the things all the time. So there was that beautiful, beautiful Flosstube itchy face, all of us on. Anyway, that fantastic pattern. And the last thing I bought is a kit. And nope, there's 2 more things. We'll show you. Well, I don't know, this thing. So this was displayed kind of up front with all their Halloween stuff. It's a very new design, copyright 2017. And so I walked in and I stared at it for a minute, and I'm thinking, just looking at it, and the super nice ladies there all, can we help you? Can we help you find anything? No, I'm good. I'm good right now, So I wander around the shop and look at this and that and visit the Christmas section and pick out the flosses that I needed, which were on the list, which is why I went up there. And so, I was staring at this, came back around, stared at it some more. I just, I need that, and stare at it some more, came around, and eventually I grabbed it. I grabbed the whole kit. So there's the pattern, there's buttons, there's the flosses, there's the linen, there's a needle in here, there's everything. So it will be a miracle if I can make it through the weekend without starting this. It is International Hermit and Stitch Weekend, so technically I'm free to stitch wherever I want because it's Saturday and I'm home from Shepherd's Bush and I can do whatever I want. And the last, I just realized that when I came home from Shepherd's Bush, I was laying everything out and getting the mail organized, that I took all the flosses that I bought. How many were there? There are like 10 different flosses that I needed for my theater project for the 3 Little Words. I was missing about 10 flosses, so I bought all those and I put them in. The bag. Is the bag in here? No, the bag's not in here. The bag's in the other room already, so you don't get to see the 10 flosses that I bought, which were related to the Lizzie Kate. And they're really, really pretty. But anyway, the last thing that I bought that I have opened up was this kit for a pansy. It's a pansy needle roll. Got my stuff all mixed up in it. But anyway, you can see that it's a needle roll. It has pansies on it. This has everything in it, and it has this stuff and the lace and the ribbon, and there's buttons and there's beads, and you can kind of see the flosses hanging out in there because came home, tore it apart before I thought I need to film. As you can see, I was really, you know, just raring to go with most of this stuff, putting it away before I had even filmed the haul, the loot from the day. So it's still Saturday, so am I going to start this? Am I going to start this? Am I going to start something else? Start all the things! So there you go. Great day, great trip to Shepherd's Bush. Anybody who comes out to visit me, I'll take you to Shepherd's Bush, introduce you to everybody. Actually, they have no idea who I am, so whatever. See you later. So yeah, I was good, guys. I did manage to not start anything from the Shepherd's Bush haul, which I think is, oh, what am I trying to say? So I didn't start anything from the Shepherd's Bush haul. I worked on, where'd he go? What did I work on? That was Saturday. I settled in and worked on something. I think it was probably Shepherd's a little bit, but that was also what prompted the thought that, hey, let's work on We Seek a little bit. But no, I put 2 words in We Seek, remembered that I hadn't done my Headless Horseman run in WoW yet, and so I got off and did that. And there'll be a little more storying about Headless Horseman and the rest of the WoW thing later in the program. So anyway, as you most of you know who watch Arlene Cohen, who is just really quite fabulous. I enjoy her videos ever so much. She knows all the things, you guys. She knows all the things. Anyway, she had a bit of a sale on some patterns that she had picked up at the super duper library sale, you know, where everything was 10 cents, give or take. Anyway, so I said, so she did, I mean, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I bought some stuff from Arlene. She was selling some stuff, I bought some stuff. Let's pull off some of these post-it notes. Okay, so let's do this, let's do this, let's do that. So, I was on a bit of a patriotic bent, you guys. I don't know why, so I picked up the Lizzie Kate snippet. I was kind of late to the show. Most of the stuff that was on my list had already been claimed and sold, but apparently nobody else was interested in patriotic stuff. So I got this cute little Lizzie Kate snippet from Simply Old Fashioned. This was Surprising Stars and Stripes, and I thought that was an interesting take on the flag. Really kind of cute. I like that. Like I said, I was in a patriotic mood. And then we have Samsara Studio, Land That I Love. I like the heart and the flag going on in this larger piece here. A little cute one down here on the side. No slacker either. It looks really good. So that's kind of fun. So I had to pick those up. Then she said that one of the items on my list had been claimed by somebody else. I said that's all right. You know, like I said, I was late to the party, but she said they actually wanted to purchase it for you because they saw it and said, oh, that belongs to Kay over at Kay's Cross Stitch. It needs to be there. And so she got permission, and I do know the lady's name, but since it's not written down in front of me, I have no idea what your name is. So thank you, dear viewer, for thinking of me. I'm so impressed. So of course it is the Pansies Please from, come on, Just Nan. And this is such a treasure because it has the beads and the wonderful cameo that goes in the center of it. So, oh, and I'm showing the pattern too. Oh, you guys, dits on a dits. So, I'm just so flattered and so thrilled because it's absolutely beautiful, absolutely gorgeous, and it has the buttons and the little cameo. Thank you. Thank you so much, dear viewer. I can't say how much I appreciate it. That was just such a surprise and a little bit of a thrill. So there we go. So that is that. I don't even know why I'm putting the post-it notes back on the things. Putting post-it notes back on the things because we're OCD like that. All right, put that out of the way. So next, stuff that also came in the mail today. That came in the mail today. My Just Another Button Company Buttons 1.0 came in the mail today, and the theme is Harvest. Oh, the color is hazelnut, and so they are wonderful, earthy toned brown buttons. So here are our shades of hazelnut and the gems and the, you can't see that. Here we go. Gems and smoothies. And then the large assortment. And then the little tiny, tiny ones. Brain, English, failed me now. Alright, so that came in the mail. Let's move these to the back desk. Are you getting in trouble back here? Please leave this stuff alone. If you throw up back here, I'm going to be mad. Cats, man. Alright. Stitchy Box arrived in the mail. Now this is the regular Stitchy Box shipment. I pulled this out of my mailbox today. Beautifully wrapped as always. I tore things apart, and here is our theme, all about peeping leaves, beautiful, beautiful leaves. So let's look at this is our buttoned up goodies inside. I think I'm probably going to unsubscribe from the button edition. They're beautiful, but oh, look at these. There you go, you can kind of see those. Wonderful fall colors, but I find that the thickness of the buttons themselves does not necessarily lend themselves to being put on cross stitch. I can't explain it any better, but they're too thick. They're too clunky, too chunky, something like that. So there we go. That was beautiful. Oh, let's look at the fabric because it's beautiful. This is called Butterscotch Cookies. 36 count linen, hand dyed by Stephanie. It's a golden orangey brown. If I was crazy, I would get out my black floss and stitch something Halloween on that right now. But as we already saw, I'm already having a little problem with stitchophrenia, so I'm going to try to tone it down a little bit. Let's see, we have fabulous threads. I love the bags that she uses. If I knew where to get a hold of bags like these, actually it would be a very bad thing because I would buy a whole lot of buttons that I don't necessarily, or a whole lot of bags that I don't necessarily need. Are you still up here? Hey, Princess. Cat toy. Alright, we have a limited edition Gentle Arts, kind of a leafy green, sweet potato from Week Story Works. That's who those people are. This looks like a Valdani floss. Let's turn it upside down. Embroidery cotton, yep, Valdani. A beautiful deep red. And this is Soy de Alger. 5 meters. It's yellow. So there is our beautiful palette, all scrunched up together, and something that is fuzzy. This is Aurora Silk Kid Mohair Glimmer. Okay, I should show it to you instead of trying to read it. You can kind of see it's got a bit of glimmer in there, something metallic. Mohair. That's a fuzzy one. You could give somebody a fuzzy, shiny beard. Or wacky eyebrows. because who doesn't need wacky, out of control eyebrows? So those are very beautiful. Okay, embellishment and finishing fun stuff in here. All right, what do we got? Cat toy. We have a little spool of Nymo thread. I love this stuff. I use this stuff to do the beads on Pansy, and it turned out really, really well. We have a couple of leaf charms. There you go. That's kind of less fuzzy. A wood slice and twine. It says it's an ornament backer, so I guess you can finish your thing and fix it to one side and then do whatever. Got some beads. These are red agate rounds. Some little peridot stones. It's pretty. And this guy is just delightful. He is a hand-painted owl ceramic bead. Isn't he cute? He is adorable. I'm going to tuck all this stuff back into this box so it stays semi-organized. Oh, I almost forgot. And a little bit of fabric for finishing. It's a 9x9 cut. Love that plaid. Look how those are some really nice rich colors. So that is the regular Stitchy box for September, October. I'm going to put that over here. And the very last thing of all the things that we get to open is Stitchy box countdown to Halloween. Let's see, big old box. Okay, what do we got? We're about to have a mess is what we're about to have. Alright, throw a minute. So the last time I filmed was the 12th, so we will go the 13th through, what's today, the 23rd? 10 days! Day 13, it feels like it is a pattern. I expect it to be a pattern. What do we got? Yep, it is a pattern. Stone Street Stitchworks Bat Moon. Isn't that fun, guys? That's really quite pretty. 3 colors, black, golden yellow, and golden brown. If I was determined, I could probably stitch that up before Halloween. I am not determined. Not at all. So there is that. Day 14. Let's see what we've got here. It is a floss. It is a week's dye work floss in Swiss chocolate, and it is a very warm brown. Almost like Swiss chocolate. You might be able to eat it. Let's see. Day 15. What do we got going on in here? It is stiff. You still sitting over here? $16 count black Ada. Oh, there it is, black Ada. What can you say about black Ada? It's Ada and it's black. That was 15. Day 16. All wrapped up. It's kind of heavy, you guys. I wonder if it's a bead. It is a bead. It is a skeleton bead. Yarr! He's kind of fun. 15. Let's open up our little thing that tells us what it is. Yep. Beads in honor of September 19th, which is International Talk Like a Pirate's Day. Which, you guys, it's talk like a pirate. It is not dress like a pirate. Can we all stop dressing like a pirate and just talk like the pirate? People. Alright, day 17. It's kind of squishy. I'm going to guess it's a floss. It is a floss. Whee! This is a limited edition Gentle Arts. Let's see, it is called, I have to write it down on the tag or I will never remember. This is Poison Apple. I am advised in the thing to try not to lick your floss. Poison Apple. Okay. Because oftentimes the little slips that tell me what things are get separated from the things that they are. Alright. What was that? 17? Alright. Here's 18. Day 18. Oh, come on. Ooh, purple beads. They're so tiny. 15-0 Mayuki Fancy Blue Velvet. 1 gram. I hope those are focused for you guys. I can't tell. Really, those are pretty. Ooh, I like purple. Okay, 18. Here is day 19. It's round. What do we got? Come on. Ah, it is Krennic. It's silver. 001 in a number 4 braid. Silver for ghosties and goblins and all little things. Okay, 19. Now my box doesn't want to stay open, you guys. Alright, day 20. It's another big flat something or another. Glad I have my scissors, because these big flat something or others never want to open easily. Alright. That is a stitchy box. Roly Poly Pumpkin from Seasonal Farm Series number 1. That's kind of a cute one. Love that little cat. Love the pumpkin. Cute. So there is that. Okay, what was that? 20? 21. It's squishy. It feels like floss. It is floss. It's not floss. Cat toy. Black lace. Let's open that up. Oh yeah. Could easily apply that to something. Alright. That is, okay, day 21, day 22. It's kind of solid and square. It is a tin. Let's read what it says. Needle slide case. So here you go. It's a little tin. Bam. Slides. It's a magnet inside. You could stitch something super tiny and affix it to the top. Cute, cute, cute. And the last one for today is the 23rd. And it's floppy and bendy. I'm going to guess that it is a fabric of some sort. And it is a fabric of some sort. This is graphite wool belt. Nice. Beautiful gray felt. So there is that. So that is the next installment of wonderful goodies from Stitchy Box. I'll incorporate these into my stash. Let's set this right here to keep it out of the way, to keep the mess down to a minimum. Minimum. All right, good job there, team. Okay. Next up on the big show is Floobies. I accidentally left my notebook at work where I know I had a couple Floobies written down. I do have my notebook here at home with a couple different Floobies, so we'll go with the notebook at home. And I sincerely apologize to you, dear new Floobies, who I did watch and I did make notes of, and I left my notepad at work because work. Anyway, so the first Stitcher that I met while I was at home watching everybody is Elizabeth Stitches. She returns after a year away. She was previously a Floobie. She was oh my goodness. Seriously, guys, English, not my main language. Okay, so Elizabeth Stitches had done a few Flosstube videos in the past, but she returns after being away for a year. She gives us an update on everything that's happened in the past year. Lots and lots of stash for you guys to watch if you love the stash. Lots and lots of stitching if you loved watching the stitching. Creatively yours. Debbie comes to us from the Netherlands, so you dear Netherlands stitchers, go over and adopt her. Toot sweet. She comes to us from Instagram, so you probably already have seen her stuff if you're an Instagrammer. She enjoys paper crafting along with stitching. She shares some of her finishes from her stitching journey and then gives us an update on some of her whips. And then the Stitching Monks. They give us an she gives us an introduction to herself and her family. Her husband is the other stitching monk, but he did not make an appearance in this video. She is a multi-crafter, and she as well gives us a look at some of her whips. So those are our dear new Floobies that I watched while I was at home. Very good. So I know it's a short one from the Floobies. As usual, there will be links to their pages in YouTube in the description box down below the talking head. Alright, that means it is time for a couple of the Battle Cow Adventures. So, I was doing pretty well. I don't know if you call it pretty good or pretty not good or whatever, but I hadn't really logged on to WoW for much of anything for a long time. I think I got caught tired. I really don't like the patch that includes Argus, so Shadows of Argus, I think they're calling it, or patch 7.3, whatever. I don't like it. I don't. So I haven't really been logging in. I haven't been doing the dailies. I haven't been doing anything. But there were a couple of events that came up that I did enjoy and did want to participate in. So one of them is the Running of the Gnomes, and that was the weekend of the 14th. And they do this every year. It's a fundraiser for breast cancer or cancers in general. The deal is everybody creates a gnome, and your gnome needs to have pink hair, and then they run the gnomes from Gnomergon, which is the gnome starting area, up to Ironforge, over to Stormwind City, and then down across the continent to Booty Bay. Now, none of you understood anything that I just said, so I recorded it for you. So I probably will only do a couple snippets because the group that I was running with, we got a late start. We lost some people. It was okay. So anyway, so here's just like the starting line of Running of the Gnomes. as you could see, it is a lot of people in one little space. When they actually get it running and get things going, the server lags. Blizzard knows that it's happening, so they try really hard to keep the servers up so you don't crash the servers. The organizers of the run try to encourage people not to use mounts, not to have pats out, not to do any special abilities that require extra server resources to hopefully prevent the servers from crashing. So it was a lot of fun. We enjoyed it. This year the final tally came in. They had over 7,000 gnomes run, and they had they raised $16,000. So it was a good event. I enjoyed it very, very much. So, as I mentioned earlier, that I stitched my 2 words on We Seek, and then I decided to log in and do the dungeon with the Headless Horseman, they're doing a Halloween-themed world celebration thing in WoW right now. And so they have a special mini dungeon where there's only one boss, and the one boss drops a rare mount, and it's this black horse with flaming green hooves. And so I haven't got it yet, so I realized that I hadn't logged on and done the Headless Horseman thing, so I logged on, and here's the fight. It's really short. It's really short, so.
It is over. Your search is done. Let fate choose now. The righteous one. What new adventure lies in store?
I still haven't got that mount, you guys. Still no mount. So, it is what it is. So that's everything. Oh, and then since I was just going to log back off and go to work on stitching again, but when I logged on, I found that the Home Guild was organizing some mythic runs, and so we did a bunch of mythic 2s. We did some heroics for other guildies that needed quests taken care of. So we took care of a bunch of quests. We ran a 5. It was my first 5. We totally murdered it. And then we got up into, we looked at the 7 where we had 2 affixes that make it harder to do than just like the normal, and the second affix just killed us. Our healer is really, really good, but they were kind of undergeared, so they were having a little bit of a hard time keeping up and not getting slaughtered. So that's alright, we had fun. So it was an unexpected evening with the guild murdering demons and stuff. So there you go. Now, on to just, you know, random stories from the rest of the week. I'm a hermit, you guys. So not much going on. I'll tell you the story of my kitchen light. It's really weird. It should be, I think it's called a triple switch, and on one side it is a triple switch, but on the other side it's just a double switch. So you have to have the 2 switches in a certain position for the light to be on. And so for the light to be off, both the switches need to be off. And then, am I going to do this okay without flipping anybody off? Yeah, okay. And so to turn the light on, you turn the switch next to the kitchen into the off position. So for the light to be off, both switches are off. For the light to be on, one switch is off, one switch is on. And it has to be the one by the kitchen is off and the one by the dining room is on. Otherwise, it doesn't work. I don't know why it doesn't work. It doesn't work. I suppose it could be easily solved if I just, you know, get my butt down to Lowe's and buy another switch and just install it myself and it would be okay. But hermit, lazy, afraid of electricity. Anyway, so, and it's like, it's gotten worse. So, you know, this one will be, you have to get it just right for the electricity to connect for the light to turn off. And sometimes it'll be on and it'll be on and it'll be on and the light will just go off for no reason at all. And here, look over there, oh, for the, you know, for Pete's sakes, you know, or whatever. So the other day, I was standing in the kitchen cooking dinner, the light went off, and I said aloud, "Will you please stop playing with the lights?" And the light went back on. I got something living with me, folks. And it's not the cat. I don't know what would be more freaky, the something living with me or the cat playing with the lights. At any rate, the kitchen light has behaved itself a lot better and has ceased to turn off while I'm trying to cook. But anyway, yeah. Please stop playing with the lights, and the light has come back on. So, there you go. Speaking of random ghosts, apparently I've been ghosted again by my Idaho farm boy. I give up, you guys. I don't know what's wrong with me. So there's that. That is everything. Oh, I finally had to give up. Admit that I am blind. Going with the readers. So I tend to wear, these are, you know, 1.25, so it's not like they're super duper magnifying, but, you know, we're 43, our eyeballs get old. It is what it is. My mom knit this for me. It's a small shawl. I'm wearing it backwards. I don't know what the name of it is. I don't know what ball yarn she used. I don't know. I'll tell you what. I'll link my Ravelry page in the comments, you know, section below. You guys can click on my comments page. You can go find my mother. She's my only friend on Ravelry. Don't ask me to be your friend on Ravelry, you guys. It's only a wish list so I can save stuff for my mom to look at when she feels like knitting something for me. You can go find my mom. You can go look through her projects. You'll find it. Anyway, that's everything. Thank you for everybody who has subscribed to my channel. I surely appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks for all the likes. Thanks for all the comments. Makes my day. I hope I bring a little happiness into your day just by being the usual old crazy me and stitching on most of the things. The vote has come in and it looks like Panzuary should be a thing. I'm pretty sure that's February. It might be January, but I'm going to make it February as Panzuary. Oh, just even the thought of starting all the pansies in 1 month, that scares me. But anyway, maybe we'll start 2 pansies. Or all the pansies. Panzuary. Anyway, love that. So maybe we'll have to make that a theme. So maybe next year, everybody start a pansy in Panzuary. You don't have to send it to me. You just start a pansy. We'll sprinkle the world with cute little flowers with smiling faces. Unless you're stitching shadows, who's pretty sure that all the pansies are condemning her. They're not. Not at all. Except for that one. I love you guys. Be kind. Stitch your little hearts out. Curse that frog, and I hope the frog doesn't bother you. Hugs and stitches, guys. Bye. Oh, you barfed. Stinking cat, why? Why you barf on the floor? Heck. Heck. I hate you, you know. And in the hall, too?